is Tunisia from Butterfly Transformations. For all of you butterflies out there that are in transformation just like me, welcome to this channel on this beautiful day. Life is good, life is beautiful. Today is a great day and I am prospering. I hope that you feel peaceful, productive, passionate about life, okay? And I hope that you are prospering. If you have not purchased my book, Manifesting Your Masterpiece, make sure you add it to your library. I'm coming at you today with a message that is designed to help you internalize what I feel is a very essential understanding, and that is how to determine the one, okay? The one who's going to be the one who can go the distance with you as a life partner. Now, I will tell you that I don't buy into till death do us part in the way that I did when I was growing up. Because, and I do believe there are many people who come into this world and they find that person and they have a soul essence that they meet, and that's for them from here on out. But for the majority of us, the one shifts depending upon how you are growing, morphing, and shape-shifting in your life. We get everything that we need in our life when we need it. And at certain stages of our journey, we need people to teach us certain lessons. So we may get partners that we go through hell and back with. At other points and at other points and junctures in our journey, we get soulmate energies that we are able to harmonize with, who give us a leg up in our journey. But those are not people either that we are supposed to remain with necessarily for the duration of our lifetime. For those of us who are most lucky, who are most blessed, I should say, and who are most in their power of co-creation, that partner that is able to come into your life, if you want that partner, that is able to come into your life, that you can align with, that you can go the distance with at a certain point in your life, I feel tends to happen after a certain stage of your life. Unfortunately, we live in a world where our thoughts and belief systems are very antiquated. And life today and leveling up today in a high vibrational reality today is requiring a hell of a lot more of us, which means it's requiring a lot more of you in your seeking in terms of partnership, whether it's you seeking or your partner seeking you or whatever it is. And what I mean when I say that is that you came here to fulfill a mission. That's it. You came here to fulfill a mission. That's your worship. And your worship is staying on that path to fulfill that mission and living a full life, whatever full means. At one stage of the game, maybe fullness is going to college for some people. Okay, that's not the end all be all either. At another stage of your journey, maybe a full life is having children and raising children with your children's father. At another stage of your reality, maybe you've outgrown that, or you've outgrown that partnership and you have something else that is awakening within you and that is calling you that you're supposed to be moving towards. What I'm saying is that it's important to get unstuck from the ideas that we have related to partnership so that we can open up enough to understand and to entertain what is actually there waiting for us once we begin to align with the course of our lives. And a lot of times we don't align with the course of our lives until, I always call the 30s the dirty 30s. I always would say that life starts at 40. I got that from my mother, and I understood what that meant once I got out of those afflicted 30s. Life starts at 40. For women, I'm saying, I'm talking to women in this message. This is when you begin to awaken. This is when you begin to see the pitfalls of some of the decisions that you've been in. If you've had a weak marriage, this is when the holes really become apparent. Okay, not that it doesn't happen. It can start that process in your 30s, but you begin to refine yourself and get very clear. You begin to be in that 7 of Pentacles energy where you are looking at what you've been invested in and you're asking yourself, is the soil still fertile? Is this barren land? What has manifested? Where is the low-hanging fruit? Is, the roots that you've put down and anchored yourself in, what is it yielding? And you start to assess the situation and decide if there needs to be a total tear down and a reconstruction in your life. Okay, and that process continues. Now, my mother mentioned to me that your 50s are your best decade because it's the decade of clarity. And I think I did a video, I did at least 2 videos. I was supposed to go further than that, earlier in the year on coming into your 50s. But your 50s are a beautiful time of life, and it's important to understand that life is a journey and your purpose is to evolve. I have a video within a week or two of this one that speaks to the evolutionary process. You're here to evolve, which means you're here to change. If you don't change, you're not evolving. If you still are seeing things the way you did 10 years, 5 years, 20 years ago, you're not evolving. If you're still stuck on the same things that you were stuck on in your 30s or your 20s, you're not evolving. If you still are sweating a relationship or sweating a man or being a puppet on the job or living a life that doesn't feel like you, you are not on your path and you are out of alignment. Okay? So in finding the one, it is important to release yourself from the BS, from the belief systems and the old paradigms that do not serve what you currently need in order to up level and what is being offered to you by the universe in terms of vibration to go and live that magical life. It's so important. And so when we talk about discerning the one that was in your 20s may not be the one that's in your 30s, or the one that was in your 20s and your 30s may not be the one for your 40s, and the one that you've been with throughout your whole 50th years, your fifth decade in your 50s may not be the one that you need to go into your 60s with. Everybody's situation is different. The one is the one at that particular time. The ultimate one is the one that can come to you, that is equally yoked, that really can appreciate and understand the massiveness that is you, the intricacy that is you, the creative power. Was this our last reading? That is you, that you are the life source energy, that you are the one that births everything, that you are the microcosm in the macrocosm, and you're also the macrocosm in the microcosm, okay? This is you. You are the first mother, the first teacher. You are the womb of life. Okay, your divine life partner will understand that. Your divine life partner will love you. He will see the beauty in you and he will not hold you back. He will have something going on in his own life and he will already be on his divine life path. Y'all, he will not be trying to find his divine life path. If there's nothing that you have heard me say, please understand. If you are on your life path, your partner is not someone who is not on his life path, someone who's playing around at the computer all day, saying that they're getting ready to invest in NFTs or do something else and just wasting time. That is not your divine life partner. Your divine life partner is not someone who has a dream and is coming to you with a blueprint for the houses that he is going to build, but does not have any financial backing and cannot put anything into what is supposed to be his dream and needs something from you. That is not your divine life partner. That's your partner if you are floundering in your life and if you are not on path with what you're supposed to be on path for. Because remember, we don't attract what we want, we attract who we are. When you shift your focus away from the dusties or the distractions on the side of the street that cause spectator traffic or the wrecks along the sideway, you will understand and come to know that that person is on your path looking for you because they have had a series of dusties in their life as well, and they are ready to be serious. And at that time, that relationship will come together like magic and it will move quickly like fire burning down a forest because it is destined, and the two of you have been waiting on each other for a lifetime. Okay, it is not going to be the man who has been cheating on you, who you cannot get a straight answer from. It is not going to be the man who is insecure and trying to hold you back. It is not going to be the man who will roll over and play dead and let you walk all over him because he's trying to keep you. That is not the man. It is not going to be the man who is not up leveling in his own life. It's not going to be the man who has failed to do his inner work. It's not going to be the person that's still struggling if you're not struggling. It's got to be the person that is equally yoked, and you cannot choose or think that you are meant. If you are an empress and if you are serious and if you are resonating with this message, you cannot for 1 second afford to think that that person should be someone who is not on their path and who has no direction. Because what is going to happen, what do they say, when you pour cold water, it moves to the air. When you pour cold water in the hot water, it makes the hot water less cold. It makes the hot water less hot. It makes it lukewarm, right? Water moves to the place of greatest concentration. I forget Bohm's law. I forget which scientific law that is. But basically what it's saying is, if that person is not your match, they're going to cause you to entrain to their energy. I can promise you that. Because you're the womb of life. Sometimes you let everything in, which is not good. You're going to entrain to that person's energy. They have no goal. They have no focus. They have no plan. All they do is play around. They have an excuse for everything, for the reason why they lost their job, or the reason why they can't get a job, or they dream about everything. Okay, I had a husband decades ago who had a dream. I have a dream. He might as well have been Martin Luther King, okay? He wanted to be a truck driver. Then he wanted to be in the Olympics and went to another state to train. Then he wanted to be an A+ and a C+, N+, technician. And it was just something every time. I was on path. I was already creating. I was already an entrepreneur. I already knew what I wanted. I was already using the skills that I had cultivated. But guess how long that took me off track? Because I was busy supporting his dream, okay? And he would have never become a pilot were it not for me. But was that the person for me? No. And at this stage of life, that person is still kicking around, trying to find their place, still unstable, still not financially set, and still doing the same things that they were doing during the marriage. And this is a wonderful human being. It's a wonderful, beautiful human being. Not taking anything away from that, but here's the lesson. Therein lies the lesson when you settle or when you go across the track to get someone that is not on your level or that does not show that they have any true investment in their life. What have they done all these years? If you're dealing with someone in their 30s, what do they have to show for being on this planet for 30 years? If you're dealing with someone in their 40s, what do they have to show for being on this planet all these years, except maybe something that feels good in the bed, if that's what you're there for, or somebody who can throw you a few coins every now and then, or maybe somebody who can come and cut your grass, and maybe they can't even fix anything. Who knows? But what do they have to show for what they've been doing since they've been here on this planet? Are they taking care of their children? How many children do they have from mothers that they haven't married? Ask yourself, what are your standards? Those people are not the one. You have to, what do we say? You have to judge a person by their deeds. Faith without works is dead. You have to judge a person by their deeds. You can look at what a person has been doing all of their life by looking at the product of who they are. What do they have to show? Are you dealing with a man who's complaining because he's got to pay child support? Are you dealing with a man who, sadly, you won't even tell him he's supposed to pay his child support because you're trying to get him to pay for something else instead of paying for his kids? That's another, I digress. But are you dealing with a man who is spiteful because he has to pay some child support? Are you dealing with a man who's not even paying child support? Are you a woman who is not enforcing child support? Okay? Why is it important? It's the principle. You have to put your foot down and draw a boundary so that you get in the habit of knowing what it feels like to level up. It's not about sticking it to someone. It is about not interfering with someone's karma. You are not here to absorb somebody's karma. If you have to absorb someone's karma to the degree that it takes you off your path, that is not the one. So this message is for all of the people out there who are in these relationships with these people that are dragging them down or keeping you off track in your life. As I said, if this is a womanizer that you're dealing with, I did a reading for someone yesterday, a masculine energy that had over 4 women that were in his life. Okay? And I had to explain to him that if he needed that much attention, that maybe he didn't need to be in any relationship. All the cards, it was just total. I was using 4 decks and it was crazation. And each of those women were women that he was stringing along. And this is the question that I pose to you. Are you one of those women that's being strung along by a man that you know you're not the only one for? And I don't have a problem with if you don't want to be the only one. That's fine. People can have any model of relationship they want. But it's a different thing when you know you're not the only one and you subscribe to that, but you think you're the only one, and you don't subscribe not to being the only one, and you're not the only one. Those are two different scenarios that we're talking about here. Ask yourself, are you in a relationship with someone that's wasting your time and wasting your dime? Ask yourself, are you in a relationship with someone who's borrowing money from you, who can't even take you out anywhere, who can't even, and then if they can't take you out, they're not supplementing with anything else that's of any real value. Ask yourself, are you in a relationship with a man who's impatient with you? Are you in a relationship with a man who does not even know what it is you do or the details of your life? Story time, case in point. I left someone because of that. In my younger, more unexperienced days, I was with a man who bought a house for me, bought me a diamond ring within hell. This is before I even knew what a narcissist was or what mental instability was. I'm a slow bloomer, y'all. I'm a slow bloomer. I'm a late bloomer. Bought my children gifts. I mean, anything that I needed, he was there to do it, okay? But I had an underlying apprehension about that relationship. Something wasn't quite right. But did I listen? No. Are you listening? Maybe not. One day, I said, I'm going to give this person a test. And I didn't, it was more like the minute the thought came, I executed. And I asked this person, because they used to come up to my place of business all the time. Would bring donuts, would bring snacks, would just whatever, fix repairs, all of these beautiful things. But they wanted me. They wanted to harness my energy. But did they really give a damn about Tunisia Ali and who is Tunisia Ali? I can't settle with you if you don't know the essence of who I am, because I damn well know who I am and I know what I bring to the plate, and I'm not going to settle. Back then, it was a different story. I asked him one day, I said, what's the name of my business? Because if you really are into me, you're going to know the name of the business that I run that is my passion. Okay, that is the thing that I started. That is the thing that is fruitful and multiplying. He could not tell me the name of my business. And do you know that that was it for the relationship after that? I kicked that Dusty to the curb shortly after. That was the proof that I needed. That person, once they married me, they were just going, then the real them was going to come out. They were just going to do whatever they wanted to do because they didn't really have any interest in me. They had an interest in what I represented. If you've been with somebody for a while and they can't tell you the intricate details of your life because they've been so busy running their own mouth talking about their own stuff, and they can't tell you your mother's name, your father's name, where you grew up, just the ancillary details that maybe you should have shared with them, or maybe they might have asked, or you probably know about their life, or something else that's important to you. If they can't tell you that, that person is not the one. And I can promise you that detail or the information that they don't have about you is just a symptom of a deeper problem that on some more subtle level you have been well aware of for quite some time. And when I say he's just not that into you, he's just not that into you. He either wants you for a trophy, he either needs you for his own children that he's trying to raise, or he needs you for some other reason besides what it is that you could truly give to him if he were truly able to appreciate the essence of who you are. That's not the one. So ladies, I'm going to work on trying to keep my messages much shorter. This message is for you to understand how to discern the one and how to know who the person is that you need to walk away from. That's nickel and diming your time, that's wasting your time, that's got you living in a prison of your mind, waiting for something. Someone that what they call is future faking you, promising you stuff in the future. And yet, they have yet to deliver anything in the present. That is not the person for you. I can promise you. I think I disconnected that call. Ooh, let me send a message. Okay, y'all, I just need to send this out really quick. It's about an appointment. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. let me. I'm so sorry, y'all. This is a client. I didn't even realize that my phone was on. But what I'm trying to say, what I would really want to be able to get across to you about how important this is to help you to understand. You see my little bendy, y'all? Yeah, I knew it wasn't secure up there. What I really want to get across to you and help you to understand is that the person that is really for you, that is really the one, is not the one that's going to feel like a blockage in your plumbing system. It doesn't happen that way. Something that's easy, that's for you, is for you because it's easy. When it ceases to be easy, even if it was easy in the beginning, but it ceases to be easy anymore, it just means you've outgrown something or you've outgrown a situation. But if something is not easy for you and you're having to force someone, or someone is not answering your text messages, or they're playing games, there's no reason to come to somebody like me to do a reading. Because all I'm going to do is tell you what you already know. You don't need to pay me $150 for a reading and ask me about a partner that you know might already be crapping on you. Unless you have some real legitimate concerns. But when you're dealing with someone who's lying to you, who's not there for you, who is always involved in a fruitless endeavor, that's taking something away from your life, that's causing you to not be on your purpose, or that's distracting you, that is not the one. Trust me, when the one comes, you will be on your divine life path and you won't even be looking for the one. That's how you're going to know when the one comes. You're not fiending for the one. You're not going to cling to the one. The one is not coming into your life to turn it upside down. The one don't need to be with you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The one understands that you have a mission, because guess what? The one has a mission too. Isn't that what you want? Isn't that what you can hold out for in your life? Let's go ahead and get this oracle card for this beautiful, beautiful message. What else do we need to know? What do my beautiful butterflies in transformation need to know? And I love y'all. I want to thank y'all for subscribing. Again, if you have not hit that like button, please hit the like button. We got 2 cards that fell out: rawness and receiving. Rawness is about your authenticity and about being your true self. Okay? When you're in this energy here, your authenticity and being your true self, this is really you at your core. You're going to receive the gifts of what this promises. So in an indirect way, you can't be, this is really like, this is standing in your power. This is standing in your you-ness. When you're standing in your power and you're standing in your you-ness, 9 times out of 10, you're going to be standing or walking in your purpose as well. And that's when the gift is coming. That's when you're able to receive. When you're giving this to the world and to yourself, then this is what is going to come in as your gift. I can promise you that. And look at what we have at the bottom of the deck, the wellspring. There is no shortage of love in this beautiful cosmos. There is no shortage of abundance. And there's no shortage of people chasing things that are not for them either. Remember this message and share it with someone. I love you. I love you. I love you.
If you are not using I Am Melanin Magic Hair Oil, then what are you using?
Hey guys, so I started using this oil called I Am Melanin Magic since February of this year, and check out the new growth. Like, it's insane. Not only did it help with my new growth, but it smells amazing too.
See the dramatic improvements Denisha has made after not having hair around her edges for 3 years. Tanya's hair had been like this for almost 20 years, and while getting injections. Her doctor said it was scarred and would never grow back. After 4 weeks of using I Am Melanin Magic, this is what she looked like. I Am Melanin Magic did this to Danette's hair after a short time. Hi, I'm the creator of the I Am Melanin Magic hair and skincare brand. My vision has always been to develop a line of products that meets the unique needs of melanated people. The I Am Melanin Magic hair oil is our premier product. It is the leading high-end supplement for your mane.
It reduces breakage, promotes growth, and can be used on all hair types and looks. from straightened hair and micro-locks to wigs and protective styles.
It's antifungal, antibacterial, and anti-funk, so you know you're protected.
It softens and conditions your hair, and it's anti-frizz too.
This really is all you need. It's rich with antioxidants, loaded with growth-promoting ingredients. Look at the growth of my hair. The proof is in the product. Need I say more? Don't delay. Purchase yours today.
I am Melanin Magic, and so are you.